And again, this is just one individual tool we did, and we did it pretty quickly. There's no coding involved. All it was a chat GPT prompt with variables that was wrapped into a tool.
All
What?
right. Hey, everyone. Welcome to today's video. I'm with Javi and Sean from FormWise, and they are going to be telling us a little bit about their product that is specific to AI and how it can work inside of high level to help you with more leads and sales for your high level SaaS. And I'll
Yeah,
hand the
th
floor to him.
awesome. Yeah, thank you so much for having me on, Gina. Yeah, so basically, FormWise hatched out of the idea that we were collecting info for our clients and going to ChatGPT and running it through all sorts of prompts, and then a idea hatch where why don't we just wrap our prompts into white label tools? I mean, that's what the high level community is all about. So I'm going to show everybody exactly how you can take any ChatGPT prompt and wrap it into a tool for your end user. There's lots of use cases here. So if you need leads and sales, you can create a dynamic, personalized lead magnet for your business, for your agency, and also lead magnets for your clients. And I'll show you some other sort of low-hanging fruit use cases that I've seen a lot of go high level agencies use. So let's just jump into it. So again, we're called FormWise because it's just like building a form. There's no code involved. It's super easy, it's drag and drop. So we're going to build a quick tool name here called, let's just do Facebook ad generator, or let's just do Facebook ad campaign planner. So we're going to go ahead and hit create tool. And this is going to take us into the builder. So again, it's just like building a form. So everybody knows how to build forms if you've been on the internet since at least 1995. So we are going to add our fields first. This is what our end user is going to be interfacing with. So the first question is going to be what is your business name? And then we're going to make that required. We're going to make sure we update the response ID. This is going to come into play when we prompt inject the field data into our prompt, which is going to be the engine for our tool. So the response ID, we're going to change this to business name. And then we're going to add another question here, and we're going to do what is your offer? Maybe make that required. Do offer, and then we're going to add the last question is who is your target market? Now, again, guys, like I'm just showing an example of a very basic tool. This is just going to generate copy, but we'll show you how to make these tools more robust and more complex and more personalized if you're serving a particular niche or if you're going to be using this as an internal tool to plan campaigns and you'd build like a website intake form and have it write the copy for all of the custom values inside of a snapshot, for example. And don't worry, I'll show you some use cases for that as well if you just stick around. So we're gonna go ahead and do a required, make sure we update that, and we're gonna call this audience. So we're gonna change the submit button because we're gonna display the AI result upon submission. So very important that we change the submit button to say generate, add copy. So this is what our end user is going to be interfacing with. So they'll be putting in their business name, their offer, and their target market. So we built this by adding the fields. We have a lot of traditional form settings in here. I won't go too in depth about these yet, but of course you can redirect if you are using this as an intake form. I'll actually show you one we use for our agency. So we have our clients that onboard if we're doing Facebook ads or if we're building a website for them, they actually fill out this form and this runs it through all of our prompts that generates a copy for the project. The actual AI output goes directly to our Slack channel. We do not show it to the end user because again, we want to take credit for all that copy, all that research, all that avatar building that our tool does. So I'll show you how that works a little bit later, but we're going to jump in here. And again, still, you can email the form submission. So if you want to send the fields and the AI outputs to an email, you're able to do that. You can webhook it. But the main thing I'm going to click on right here is display results. And I'm going to turn off the FormWise branding. And then we're going to jump into the prompt builder. So I built my front end. Now I'm going to add the engine of the tool, which is just a prompt. I'm going to start from scratch. I'm going to name my prompt Facebook ad AI. And I'm gonna basically put in the prompt I would put in ChatGPT. So I'm gonna say I need a Facebook ad for my campaign. Below are some of my business details. And here is where I'm going to go ahead and map and prompt inject those fields that I named earlier. Business name. Here's my offer. And here's my target audience. So we're going to map that in there. Let me scroll down a little bit. And then we're also able to choose our AI engine. So we have everything from Ada, which is the quickest engine, all the way to GPT-4, which is the fastest. You can use the best of both worlds that where it's fast and capable, and that's GPT 3.5 Turbo, which is the default engine if you go straight to ChatGPT and you sign up for free. So we're gonna go ahead and hit save. We're gonna make sure our prompt is chosen. Gonna change the display title. This is what my end user is seeing when they get the output. So I'm gonna say, here's your Facebook ad copy. And we're gonna go ahead and test the tool. So we're gonna publish it. We're gonna click the little eye. It's gonna take us to the previewer. So this is just a preview window that we're about to see here. And you have to keep in mind you are able to individually embed the tool anywhere. So this is all white label. This tool can be embedded anywhere. And you can also add this tool to something called tool sets, which I'll show you a little bit later as well. Again, FormWise is a platform. There's lots of use cases. You can build lead magnets, internal tools. You can iframe a tool set inside of your Go High Level, which I'll show you a little preview of that. So here is a AI tools suite. We'll let that load because high level slow. But let's go ahead and preview the tool here that we made. So let's do, just gonna make up a coffee brand, Mountain Coffee Company. What's my offer? We sell white label coffee to coffee shop owners so they can add another revenue stream. Our offer is get a free branded sample, get a free sample of coffee with your brand. And my target market is coffee shop owners. We're going to go ahead and generate ad copy. And again, this is just one individual tool we did, and we did it pretty quickly. There's no coding involved. All it was a chat GPT prompt with variables that was wrapped into a tool. And there we go. Here's the Facebook ad copy. Now, getting nothing too impressive about a Facebook ad copy tool, but here's where we can add that layer of complexity, which is prompt chaining. So we have one prompt chain step. Let's just say I wanted to add another one. I can absolutely do that. And I can say, based on the Facebook ad copy below, please generate a email newsletter copy. And I can go ahead and do that. And I can bring in step one. That's the AI response from step one. And this prompt is actually going to build on top of itself. So I'll go ahead and do email newsletter copy. I'm going to save. And I'm going to go ahead and just take it to the next level, add another step just to make our little test even more exciting. So we're going to do based on the email newsletter. No, let's do make a funny variation of the email copy below. And we're going to do step two because that's the copy from the second step. So we're going to see how this looks like in action. So I'm just going to name this funny email copy AI. And I name the prompt because I can use the prompt again in a different tool if I didn't want to start from scratch. We're going to save that. Let's go ahead and publish this. Let's go back to our previewers, hit start over. And let's do the same thing. Now, just for time's sake, I'm going to grab my test responses because you can also see the previous responses in the backend. That's all stored in the backend. I'm just going to copy this and paste it in there just for time's sake. And we're going to coffee shop owners, and we're going to see exactly what it spits out. So now it's not just going to spit out the Facebook ad copy, but if you remember, it's going to spit out the email newsletter based on the Facebook ad copy. And then it's also going to spit out a funny variation of the second newsletter. And you see where it says AI response to, you can change this to say anything. This is just a display title. I actually forgot to do that because I was doing it so quick. But again, you can customize a prompt, say anything on the back end. So if you needed to include a link or custom values or even custom fields, you're able to do that as well. So again, here's a funny version of that. So again, this is great for if you're building an internal tool to fulfill, whether it's a campaign or it's a web design project or it's a snapshot build out or you're filling out the copy for a snapshot. It can be used as an internal tool for the agency. You can absolutely build lead magnets as well. So I'll show you some examples of one. You can build a lead magnet for your agency, or you could build a lead magnet for your actual end user. So a lead magnet example I always like to share is this one right here. So workout, grocery list, and 5-day meal plan generator. Again, let's just say you have a fitness client. You can absolutely embed this on their website. And again, as long as you're collecting a unique customer identifier, you're able to send this to a webhook. And that webhook would be a workflow trigger inside of Go High Level, because then you can actually email the response. You'll be at, like, I'll show you an example of a response because this is actually out there in the wild. So, like this person, lose weight, gluten-free, low carbs, and it's giving them their workout. It's giving them a list of ingredients that are gluten-free and low in carbs. And then here's a sample 5-day menu based on the provided grocery list. So I can actually send this to a workflow and send them this AI response on day one, this one on day two, and this one on day three. And that's what we call a dynamic lead nurture sequence, which is custom content that they're getting because these are all going to be stored in custom fields for that unique content for that unique contact. And again, it's custom and it's dynamic and it's based on what they entered. So if they entered an intake form or they're doing a quiz, because again, if you can do it in ChatGPT, you're able to do it in FormWise because if you have like a rubric or formula or something like that, you're able to also build these custom coaching tools as well. So, um, again, that's just a few of the use cases. Obviously, the most popular one, which Gina's probably the one she wants me to share, is you can build a tool set. So let's just say you built all of your tools in here, and now you want to share them to your end user, your white label GHL SaaS customer. You're able to go into tool sets. You can build a tool set, and you can, depending on the plan you're on FormWise, you can build anywhere from one to unlimited tool sets. If you just build one, then that's the one you'll show all of your users. If you have unlimited, then you can build one uniquely for a user and even input their OpenAI API key. That way they can pay for the API key calls. So I'll show you an example of one. This is actually the one I have in my Go High Level account. So I have all these tools selected. If I click on this one, I can actually upload my own icon. I can add a description. I can lock a tool. So if I want to have a freemium version of a tool set versus a premium one, I am able to do that. I can add a client's API keys if I want, if it's going to be a unique tool set for that end user. And this is what a tool set looks like. We recently just added custom domains as well. I don't have it for this tool set, but you can add your own domain here. Again, if you're going to be iframeing and go high level, it doesn't really matter because they don't see the URL anyways. But this is what a tool set looks like. These are all my FormWise tools I want to show up in one place. And it's the same thing. Like all, except actually, I kind of like the tool set a little bit better because I can actually like just do, I'll show you what it looks like in the tool set. Joe's Coffee. What do you want the ad to be? Free coffee on Sundays after 3 p.m. And I'm going to generate, and it'll actually generate the response on the right. So it's a little bit different UI than the individual tool, but still, it's pretty clean. And there we go. Boom. Oh yeah, and then I think this tool's prompt chain too. So I think it's making a variation. Yep, there we go. Boom. Then you can just copy it, and there you go. And you can tell the prompt to reply with your custom values or your custom fields. That way, when they copy it, it's going to already map that user's first name, last name, or whatever you're using. Did you have
Really
a
within
question,
high
Gina?
level?
Yeah. Yep.
Wow,
Yep.
cool.
Yeah. Yeah. And just wait till you guys see the deep integration we'll have with GHL, where you're able to map sub accounts custom fields as global values. I won't talk too much about that because I'm not supposed to, but we have that coming very soon where you'll be able to actually control what sub accounts have access to a tool set. So let me show you what it looks like in Go High
So
Level.
that was the one question I was gonna ask. So I could make two different tool sets for my high level, like one for like my plumbers and one for my HVAC people, for example.
Yeah, absolutely. And it would be a more powerful use case because if you
Right.
have like a niche, they want to use niche specific tools, tools that aren't asking you, what industry are you in? It's already a tool like a Facebook capture generator for plumbers. All the plumber has to do in there is put a theme. Like, what do you want the post to be about? Maintenance. You want it to be about, it's free season again. Make sure you use pipes that don't break when it freezes or something like that. Don't know too
Hmm.
much about the plumbing industry, but you know what I
Yeah.
mean.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if you're serving a niche, this is a no-brainer because you can build your own Jasper.ai basically for your industry, for your niche, for your agencies and SAASes for competency. Coaches love this because coaches can basically build their own. What was that coaching platform? It was really popular. I think it's called GrowthWorks, Fletcher Method. He had an awesome dashboard for coaches, but you couldn't customize it.
Mm.
And that's the whole point. That's the whole point of this is
Right.
our mission at FormWise is to democratize access to AI engines and tools and put the power of AI back in the hands of marketers.
Yeah.
Where, that's the whole point. Because it's like why like I mean we use ChatGPT and everybody should, but why would you send your clients there? It's
Right.
like why would you send your clients to Wix or Squarespace if that's an easier way to make a website? People are still
Right.
making websites. You still want to build a website inside of your JHL or on WordPress. You still want to control that end-to-end process because you're a matter expert in their industry. You're a expert as whether it's business strategy. So that's the whole point. AI is going the same way, and I don't think we'll be able to cover it because I know we have a certain amount of time allocated for this, but we do have data sources, so you can enhance the tools even further with your own unique data sources on the back end and soon on the front end as well. And what I mean by that is you could build a tool that's trained on your client's business. So if you've ever used Jasper.ai's enterprise tool that costs thousands of dollars a month for a unique brand, you could build the same thing for clients. You could literally build a dashboard that has AI tools that are trained on your client's offers, on your client's menu, catalog, products, and then iframe that and go high level.
Wow.
And that is, if that isn't sticky, I don't know what is, because that's just
Right.
one use case. You can still build like I'll show you an example. I was actually doing this on a demo earlier. If I go into my funnels, I made this quick tax answer one. I don't even think I've connected because remember you can embed the actual tools. Oh, looks like I have it off. I think I actually deleted it. Yeah, well, let me just show you how easy it is to embed a tool inside of Go High Level. And let me just grab a different tool. And let me go into FormWise. Let's just do marketing slogan tool for now. So if I jump in here and if I go into the builder here, if you were just going to embed an individual tool as a lead magnet or as a quiz or something that's going to run the field responses through a rubric prompt, like a prompt that follows a rubric or a formula to grade or uh, you know do a customized output based on the fields, then you're able to do that easily because you can just embed the form in here, save. And I already know. So this is the marketing slogan one. So yeah, it's super simple. Let's preview it. Yeah, and of course you want to turn off the branding. So I don't have the branding turned off on mine, but yeah, here it is.
Right.
And again, if someone fills this out, as long as you have display results on, it'll show the AI output to the end user. And obviously this was a tax question tool. Um,
Mhm.
that is not the right one, but yeah, yeah,
No, yeah, we get the
all
use case.
yeah.
So, and I love the fact that you could either show it or not and just use it through a workflow. That's really, really cool use cases there.
Yes, yes. Yeah. I mean, I've seen some pretty like I consider myself pretty well rounded with Go High Level, but I've seen some people again, they have a whole form that goes through prompts and then they webhook specific prompt change steps to map to a workflow inside of High Level and it updates the entire snapshot. So so
Oh,
so
wow.
so so talk about an onboarding, right? That a snapshot already templatizes everything, then make them fill out a lead dragon form. I'm sorry, a form. I'm sorry, we have so many rants. A FormWise form that then updates the custom values inside of that snapshot. So next time
Yeah,
they
that's
check their
great.
website or they check their email templates, they already have pre-canned copy that knows their offer, that knows their. I mean, because I'm not a big fan of the content AI thing because you don't want to nickel and dime your end users with charging them $3 to generate copy. I think that'll only create more friction. I just want to wrap it all in.
Yeah. So remind me again about how the pricing works and how
Yeah,
it works with the OpenAI keys and
sure. Absolutely. So let me jump into the pricing. So, I will say, in all transparency, Pro Plan is the most popular, and I'm going to tell you exactly why. The Creator Plan, you don't need an OpenAI API key. We actually eat 1,500 live AI responses. So if you just want to get started with the Creator Plan, you absolutely can. You can build unlimited tools. I mean, it's a pretty valuable plan just as it is. The only caveat is you only get one tool set. So if you're just going to build one tool set and give everybody access, that is the limitation.
and the
Um,
use case for that is like you and I talked about the plumbers and then a new tool set would be for the HVAC, just
right.
for use case wise.
Correct, correct.
Okay.
Yes, and I mean, and you don't have to just sell this through high level. I mean, I've seen people
Right.
gate access to tool sets via WordPress and Wix. And if you're a coach, you have all sorts of other different like the membership portal. You
Yeah.
can embed this in like a lesson. So that is an option. So again, if you wanted to have your so whether it's a one-time offer or it's like a very small recurring, almost like a tripwire recurring offer for $10 a month, get access to 20 tools that are built for your business. If you're in a niche,
Yeah.
that is a great offer. That's a great way to get them into your ecosystem, into your value ladder. So that's what the creator plan, I guess, would be good for. And then on the pro plan, you do get unlimited responses, but you do have to put your OpenAI API key. But as I said earlier, you can connect your clients if you want to give them their own tool set. And you do get GPT-4 and 3.5 16K access, which this engine specifically is capable of generating entire articles. So it's a very powerful engine. And also the prompt chaining, which you can add that complexity and you can add data sources as well, which again adds another layer of complexity to the tool. Um, yeah, and again, unlimited responses, both of them get unlimited tools. So if you're going to build an individual tools, you can build unlimited on both. And then the agency plan, it is unlimited tool sets, 10 collaborator accounts. If you are going to hire maybe a prompt engineer or you have a big team that are going to have their own workspaces, you are able to go ahead and invite them. We have a few other sort of enterprise settings that you have the best of. This is more advanced. Won't have time to talk about this today, but the best of is basically what large companies use to get the best possible and robust and most capable AI output based on a prompt. It is only possible on two engines, 3.5 and 4. And soon we are going to have end user data upload. So if your end users want to upload a PDF, CSV file, a URL, that is going to be possible. So that's something to look forward to. We'll probably have an announcement on that very soon. But yeah, I mean,
So a
this is
use
really
case for
more for
that is
volume.
like here's an email I've sent out and redo the email.
So you can already do that if you just want to copy paste it. But if, say, for example, you had a restaurant client, they wanted to upload their menu, and you had and your tool is basically has the a prompt engine that says, please based on this menu, uh, yeah, give me a newsletter about some of the things in the menu, like some items in the menu. Like that'd
Hmm.
just be a use case.
Yeah.
Or, if you have an ebook, hey, upload the ebook and write the copy for my landing page for this ebook. That would be like use case. And then for the web scraping, again, that would be a great lead magnet for agencies because they could collect people's homepages and they would analyze the homepage and you could give them a score of the copy on the homepage or
Oh wow.
recommendations or rewrite the copy in a SEO format or something like that. Again, we're not too big on like pioneering use cases. We're building the platform. A lot of the use cases I'm talking about and sharing, with everyone is just use cases I've came across on demo calls, on office hours. I've just been surprised at people's creativity. We even have a lot of non-marketing use cases because as marketers, that's the first thing we go to is
Mm-hmm.
copy. But there's a lot of non-marketing use cases out there for making your client's life a lot easier because a CRM is
Yeah.
the operational part of the business. So if you can somehow build a tool that'll make their life easier,
Mm-hmm.
that'll just add more of that stickiness to your SaaS user.
Yeah. So do you guys have open alpha hours? Can you tell me more about
Hmm.
support and stuff like that?
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. So let me actually do the office hours. So we do have office hours every week, and that is every Tuesday and Thursday at 1 p.m. Pretty sure. Yep, yep. And then of course we have a Facebook group, which I know you're in. So we have a lot of cool people from the community that you may recognize, some awesome influencers. And yeah, and everybody's sharing. Again, you can be privy to see what people are using Lead Dragon for. I mean, FormWise for. I apologize. So yeah.
Yeah, great. Well, it was so great having you on my channel today. I sure appreciate it, Javi. And
Hmm.
I will drop a link for everybody in the description to sign up.
Hmm.
Um and yeah, sure appreciate having you on. It answered a ton of my questions even, and I loved seeing it in play. And thank you so much.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Anytime. Thanks, Ina.
Bye.
Bye.